So it's essentially made in Mexico, but it's an American car. So another one that's doing that is Chevy. Chevys are built in Canada. There's a lot of Chevys being built in Canada. So those as well, American car, made in Canada. So they're imposing a tariff to bring them back.
This episode is sponsored by Centric Auto Repair. Is your check engine light on? Need brakes? Trust the experts at Centric Auto Repair. To ensure your vehicle is running smoothly and safely, call today.
Happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday.
I get to wear polo on Fridays. Comfy. So we've been talking a lot about the Transportation Act and what it, things that are implicated through, but we're going to take a little turn today. We're going to talk about tariffs. We're going to talk about dealers that are building cars outside of the United States and how many of them we're losing. So you guys have been hearing a lot of ruckus on the news or whatever about tariffs. So I'm gonna ask you guys if you guys know what a tariff is, because I honestly didn't. I knew of them and I kind of knew what they meant. But the definition that I found online is a tariff is a tax that a country puts on goods imported from another country, essentially making those imported goods more expensive. So tariffs, they're charging tariffs for everything. Okay, President Trump has got some things going on. So President Trump is imposing a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles. So anything that's made outside of the United States, there's a 25% tariff. And I'm talking about Mexico. So I did some digging and it looks like a lot of Fords are manufactured in Mexico. From the Broncos all the way down to certain SUVs, some cars are manufactured in Mexico, shipped into the United States and sold here as a Ford. So it's essentially made in Mexico, but it's an American car. So another one that's doing that is Chevy. Chevys are built in Canada. There's a lot of Chevys being built in Canada. So those as well, American car, made in Canada. So they're imposing a tariff to bring them back. Okay, so from what I understand is that tariff is going to be implemented on April 2nd and it will not be reversible. So from that point on, it's going to be etched in stone. It's going to be locked in. So any dealer that's bringing in an outside of the United States built car to sell here in the States, they're going to get hit with a 25% tariff. That's a lot. He has a Chevy HD. He'd be paying 25% more if you bought it from Mexico. And that's, that could lead into, how much was your truck? What's your truck worth? Just for number's sake.
No, well, number's sake. If it was a 2025, I think we saw it was around $90,000.
Add 25% to that, and that's our cost, because we're going to have to pay. If the manufacturer's got to pay, guess what, guys? We got to pay it too. So 25% of that's on the nice end. You're looking at another $30,000? No, 20 something $1,000. It's a $111,000 car.
And then the taxes on top of that, because they tax it on the whole value of the car, not what it came in and the tariff.
Crazy.
So this tariff stuff, are they bringing in? I heard on the news they're bringing manufacturers back. So do we know any information?
Some of them are coming back. The one that's made the biggest leap towards that is going to be Hyundai. Hyundai has committed to investing $21 billion to do production and technology here in the States. But Hyundai is one of the manufacturers that actually builds in U.S. We got Hyundai, Honda, Toyota, and BMW. They build some of their cars in the United States already. But the thing with those tariffs for them is going to be the parts. Are they getting parts from Germany, from Japan, from Korea? So that's what the $21 billion is going to be for. So they can try to build all their parts here in the States. So they
already have the foot in the door. They just got to get both feet back.
They just got to jump in
here.
They're starting to walk in. They just got to fall past the threshold, if you will.
And I'm assuming the administration is going to make it easy for them. Like, okay, we're going to get away with your special permits that you need, and
I'm sure they're going to accommodate if they're willing to bring $21 billion into the States for production.
Hyundai. That's Hyundai.
That's
right?
Hyundai. Yeah, they've already locked in $21 million, and it's going to span over, I think, the next few years.
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is it's Hyundai that had all the engine issues, right?
Yes.
Okay, Hyundai specific cars that were made in Mexico had a class action lawsuit, and
they were burning oil.
Yeah, they forced them to have a lifetime warranty on their engines, and the specific part of if you had warranty was it a Mexico-made vehicle. Whenever somebody comes in here from a Mexico-made Hyundai, we knew they possibly had some type of warranty.
The only other hitch to that was you had to be the original owner. So when you bought the car, it had to be off.
No.
Oh, they changed it?
It could be second owner on it. It's a lifetime warranty. Doesn't matter what it is. Who owns it? Yeah, so that, I mean, that came with the lawsuit, that, government forced and bent their arm, to take care of those customers.
Right.
So that was hecho en Mexico, so anything that came out of the factory had some type of warranty, extended lifetime warranty. So
There it is.
but
now,
yeah,
we're trying to get.
so what I'm saying is, you didn't even want a car that was made in Mexico, yeah, a Hyundai that was made in Mexico.
Yep.
So the Hyundai is bringing manufacturing into. Are you able? Did you find out where it's made in the United States?
No, they're still no. I didn't find out where they were building them, but I know that some of them are American built.
And what other manufacturers coming back?
Well, right now they're trying to get Ford and Chevy back,
Okay.
which is our main American cars. But like I said, right now BMW, Honda, Toyota, and Hyundai, they're currently building in the United States. I think they're just trying to get the $21 billion to get all the technology down here to build all the parts that they build in Korea for Hyundai. So they're trying to get everybody to build it because there's other tariffs going on. These tariffs we have 25% tariff on any product that's coming in from Mexico or Canada, 25% on steel and aluminum, and 20% on tariff on products coming from China. So now what we need to do is we're trying to get everything here so they can build here. They want American built with American parts. Like me, I'm American built with Mexican parts. You know what I'm saying? My heritage is Hispanic. So my lineage goes to Mexico, but I was born here. That's what the United States is trying to do with automobiles. Trying to build them in America with American-made parts. And that's going to reduce the tariffs because the manufacturers aren't going to have to pay that extra 20 to 25% on parts outside of the United States.
I'm on the phone with Energy.
Okay.
They said they can't find our order at all. Any of the phones, you put it under a different name or phone number?
No, it's under our name. You can give them my phone number, but I never did that directly with them.
Did you call them from your
No,
email?
I called them from the shop phone. So
What about BMW? I heard stuff about BMW. I don't know if you can.
BMW it's currently built in the States, but let's see if we can. It's like BMW has facilities in Greer, South Carolina, and they are currently producing the X3, X4, X5, X6, X7, and all the XM models. Those are all being produced.
So all the little SUVs.
Yeah, they're all
they're
being
building here in
produced
the
out
United
here.
States.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. So they have their foot in the door. They're making something. All they got to do is expand and try to bring some of the other stuff, machinery.
So now it looks like the BMW Group invested $1.7 billion in 2022 for this transformation to start to build all these cars out here. So what Hyundai's doing, it looks like Hyundai's following that trend. I mean, let's see where Toyota's at.
So BMW started in 2022, not knowing that this was going to happen.
Correct.
More, hey, we want to start building over here. It's not going to really Okay, I was thinking about this too, though. Okay, so the tariffs on these 2025 cars leading to 2026, it's not gonna affect us right now. And want to know why? Because we're not buying new cars.
Right, nobody.
Majority of the people out there are not buying new cars. So when I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, this is a good time period to play the tariff game.
Right.
Because once we're not buying them, unless people have tons of money, just want to buy it, overbuy on a car. So that's one thing. This is a good time period to do tariffs because we're not buying.
Right.
Between now and 2-3 years from now, once they start bringing the manufacturer in, it's all settled down, then the prices of the cars should drop. One, because they're not going to have tariffs.
Right.
Two, they're not going to have the shipping costs from Europe all the way back over here, and all the insurance and all the extra stuff it takes to leave one country to enter this
Right.
country. All that stuff, all that money's gone. So if they've already had those costs from Europe, even without tariffs, there's costs to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now that it's here, there's going to be a less cost to those vehicles. So
Yeah.
so it's going to take time, guys, for us to see it. But at the same time, people aren't buying these new cars. You saw our past podcast or vlog about the price increase. Almost 40-50% more for a car.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So they're just sitting on the lots. If you swing by a dealership, you see tons of trucks just sitting there, and they're sitting there over 90 days.
Yeah.
And before they were less than 30 days. To see a car on the lot.
Remember COVID? They were trying to just buy cars back. Like people were just not doing it. So Toyota has plants in Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Missouri. And they also have a battery manufacturing plant in North Carolina because they do have the Prius, and they have all their EV cars. So they're producing their own EV batteries, their whole hybrid batteries. Like we see a lot of Priuses come through here for hybrid batteries. And amazingly enough, is if we're trying to replace it with a new one as opposed to doing a rebuild, we just call Toyota and they're like, oh yeah, we'll have it. If we don't have it here, we'll have it for you today. So they have resources. So Toyota's all over the place out here. Which another one did I say? Honda?
Honda, I think Honda Odyssey they're making here. I'm not sure if I think I read on that. Another thing too is I'll talk about this on another episode of ours, but we both know they're lying. There's tons of room on their cars. You know, if they're making selling a car for 50,000, they're making it probably for 15,000, 10,000, 8,000. Who knows? You know, I mean, kind of like phones, and we know they make them. I saw an ad, a podcast the other day that costs them $14 for an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not. But getting back to the cars, is there's tons of room when it comes straight from the manufacturer. We know that.
Right.
Okay. The problem is we're not going to see, because nobody's buying cars. They're not going to drop the price.
Right.
100%, because they want to keep value.
Sure.
You know, I knew this watch guy, and the same thing too. If you bought a Movado watch and it was $800, that's the standard through all the retail stores. You can't sell it per the manufacturer less than $800.
Wow.
If you get caught selling it, they're gonna pull all those watches, and you'll be banned by Movado.
Oh damn.
And that's the way the dealership works too, is that they have a specific price they want to stick at. They can't lower the price and give it to you super cheap compared to everybody else, because they want to keep the value of an Infinity.
Right.
You know, it's Infinity, it's not a Nissan. They want to keep the value. So in the future, I'll talk about this where they keep the value. They might give you in the savings a better interest rate, but they won't drop the price. You know, they might give you $5,000 worth of benefits on somewhere in the car,
right,
but not drop the price. And before they drop the price, they'll send it back to wholesale.
Yeah.
So there's a what is it called when they auction? When they do auctions, there's specifically auctions just for Nissan dealers.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. So they're auctioning between other dealers, and then they're also doing trading. So they trade between New York, California. I got 5 of these cars. I'll ship you and trade you for this. But they're never, ever dropping the price to us, to the consumers. So we're not going to see. And I researched this probably last week, but I always thought like, okay, maybe the prices would drop on all these cars. No, it's not going to happen. It might drop because it had I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I mean, if the manufacturer wants to keep and hold these prices right now, they're going to keep it.
Yeah, 100% they are.
If they figure out that they can't sell at all in 2007, then maybe they have a different MSRP on there and it's dropped, but they're not dropping the prices. It's just a different price point.
Oh, okay. So they just add more to the car to make it seem more affordable?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen because inflation happened so fast that all these cars went up. So I don't know if inflation goes back down with the tariffs and manufacturers moving in. Is the cost of everything going to help bring it down? I'm assuming it, but there's no history on a manufacturer dropping the prices.
Right.
You know.
That's crazy. So real quick, Honda outside of the United States or outside of Canada, they have a location in Ohio, Indiana, Alabama, and North Carolina. And those places are producing the Accord, Acura TLX and Integra, CRV Hybrid, Acura MDX, Acura RDX, Civics, and that's just throughout all of them. So
what about Mercedes? German cars, European cars, Audis, Volkswagens, Mercedes. I think Mercedes, Volkswagen's in Mexico, but let's see Mercedes.
I don't think they've changed. I think Mercedes, that's it. Yeah, nope. Oh wait, they do have some in the United States. They have plants in Germany, the United States, China, France, Romania, Hungary, South Africa, and Brazil.
So, I mean, they got some type of foot in their door here.
So the United States plant is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and they produce a GLE Class 4 utility, the full-size GLS Classic Surety SUV, and in Charleston, North Carolina, and South Carolina, they do the Sprinter vans.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a plus. The Sprinter vans.
Sprinter vans are dope. I like those. I need one of those.
I didn't know they made those here, so that's pretty cool.
In the Carolinas. So anyways, guys, let's just be ready. These tariffs are going to be implemented. Let's just hope that the manufacturers kind of, I'm not going to say wise up, but kind of get with it and make everything American made. I mean, let's bring it all back home. Let's keep American money in America, I guess.
Well, okay, so the tariffs, are they going to affect us when it comes to cars?
When it comes to cars, it can.
I mean, are we buying cars? I'm back to that. Like, how is it going to affect us? We're not buying
Well, I
cars.
think it's the expenditure of parts. I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, us as a repair facility, it's going to affect us because if the parts are coming, if we have to get parts manufactured in China or in Germany or whatever, and we get a car here that needs a part that's only a German-made part, then yeah, I mean, we're going to end up having to.
I mean, that's a better 25% markup on a $100 part or $500 part versus a 25% markup on a $90,000 Mercedes.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, the industry's already expensive. You guys probably already know. I don't care where you live in the United States.
Yeah.
It is more expensive, period, in auto repair industry.
Yeah.
And that's because parts did go up, just like everything else. McDonald's can't leave with one meal without paying $20.
yeah, it's crazy.
You know what's crazy? I don't get how McDonald's is still more expensive than In-N-Out.
I know, and the food quality is way.
Oh, anyway, that's for that's for a different podcast there. But
Anyways,
I think tariffs at the end of the day is going to bring more business to United States employees, more.
employee benefits for the employees that are the manufacturing employees. That was part of the original bill, the American Transportation Act, I think, is that bringing it all back, like the zero emissions and not having to do all that's going to help the manufacturers. So we'll see how that all pans out. But like I said, we'll keep you guys in the loop. It's Ricky and Victor. Oh, thanks to Centric Auto Repair for supporting us and allowing us to put this together. Thanks. See you guys.
Ciao.